Warning: the following video has not been approved by the Comic Code Authority and is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Drewski, the Comic Assassin, coming at you one more time with one of my impromptu videos. And I just want to say Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you who have the pleasure of being a father. Alright, there's no greater joy in this world than to have children. And moms, y'all can relate to this too, but since it's Father's Day, we're sticking to fathers, okay? But I just wanted to take the time out to say Happy Father's Day to everybody. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time. My kids are off playing. I've actually been interrupted a few times trying to make this video, and I really want to get outside and go play with my kids some more. But this is an idea I've had in my head, and I just wanted to get it out while I had the chance. So basically, over the last few years, I've seen several lists that rank what some people view as the top best dads and top worst dads in comics. And I kind of want to do my own rendition. I've seen a few lists. There's names on there I totally agree with. There's names on there I don't agree with. And I just kind of want to give my own spin. I'm going to stick to mainstream characters because we can go deep into the realm of comics, and I can pull some obscure stuff that no one would know about. So I kind of want to keep it mainstream, but hey, let me know what you think. If you disagree, you agree, please put a comment down below. It'd mean a lot. So let's start off with worst fathers. Alright, and I'm going to do a top 5 for each. So for my top 5 worst fathers, I'm going to say number 5, I'm going to have to say it's Wolverine. Alright, now I'll give Wolverine most all his kids were trying to kill him. Alright, and he didn't even know they were his kids until he killed them. But he did pretty much kill off most all his kids. So that's why Wolverine is getting number 5. Now, he did redeem himself in the Old Man Logan stories. Alright, I'll give him that. But overall, throughout most of Wolverine stuff, yeah, he doesn't seem like he'd be that good of a dad. But like I said, he did redeem himself in Old Man Logan. Number 4, I'm actually having a tie. Alright? And this tie goes between Norman Osborn and Reed Richards. Alright? Now, some of y'all might be thinking, wow, you really lumped those two together? Yes, and this is why. Both of them were so busy and obsessed with their work that it messed up their kid. Alright? In two completely different ways, but it still messed up the kid. Alright, one turned out to be a little psychopath. The other one, I think, if I remember correctly, I believe Reed Richards had actually wiped his kid's memory clean, basically. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's what happened. But it's a tie, because like I said, they were so work obsessed that they totally put their kids out, and it screwed up both of them. The third one, this also could be a tie, but I'm not going to go into it. But I'm going to say Thanos. Alright, Thanos with his relationship with Gamora and Nebula. I'm sure there's others out there, but with Gamora especially, nothing says I love you more than killing off your entire race. But since I saved you and I'm going to try to brainwash you into my thinking, that means I love you. Okay? So, yeah, Thanos had to be on the list. Now, there is the DC equivalent, Darkseid, which there are obviously some differences, but they're both messed up dads. Alright. So Thanos is definitely getting my number 3. Now number 2, and I might get some shit for this one, but I expect it. It has to go to Batman. Alright? Batman messed up so many of his kids. Even though they weren't his kids biologically, even though in some books he did have possibly biological kids. But, yeah, Batman. Alright, how many of his kids have to die because he's instilling in them the need for vengeance and everything else? And he always told, a lot of time he's turning the cold shoulder and doing his classic Batman thing. Yeah, Batman, he's getting my number 2 worst dad. He should be, more up on the list, but he had to be on this list regardless. And I'm going to say, probably in my opinion, hands down, one of the worst dads there were in comics. I'm giving that title to Magneto. Alright? And for so many reasons. Mainly one, because he'd acknowledge him half the time. Alright? Even when he knew they were his kids, he wouldn't acknowledge them. And there's so much more we could say about the whole Magneto stuff with his kids, because he's got a lot of them, all right? But yeah, so Magneto had to be number 1 on my list. So let me know what you think, all right? Do you think any of those people I just listed should be in a different category? It's funny, when I see these lists, I see Batman on both the top worst and top best parents list. I don't see how you can be both. I mean, he did the honorable thing by at least adopting kids and bringing these kids in. But man, he totally screwed the pooch on a lot of them. All right. So let's end this with a little bit of a lighter note. And let's go with my top 5 best dads. Now, my number 5, and like I said, I'm trying to stick mainstream, is a little bit more unorthodox because I've never seen him put on a list. And it's funny because if you actually look at this list of the best dads, most of them are not the biological fathers of these kids. But my number 5 is going to go to Charles Xavier, Professor X. Now, we know that he does have a biological son, Legion, which you could have a big debate about that one all day long. But first off, he did not know Legion was his kid for the longest time. He really did try to help Legion. But with Legion aside, the fact that he was the one to go out there and to bring all these kids to his institute, make all these kids feel safe, try to give these kids educations, I believe he played a very big father figure role to a lot of mutants in the Marvel Universe. Okay? And I've never once seen him on a best dads list. But I believe because of those qualities, I think he should be on this list. Okay? So number 4 is actually, I believe, the only biological father that I'm really going to talk about, with the exception of Professor X and the Legion situation, and that is Luke Cage. Alright, Luke Cage was a damn good dad. Alright, he quit the Avengers several times just so he could be spending more time with his kid. Alright, he loved his kid, and by God, yeah, he might have to go bust some heads every once in a while, but he was a very, very good dad. Alright, so number 4 goes out to Luke Cage. Now, with my top 3, I struggled. I really did struggle, because all of them are so good in so many ways. But number 3, to me, has to go to Alfred Pennyworth. Alright? So, Alfred's being a father figure to Batman is probably one of the biggest ones we have in comics. Alright, to be honest with you, because he's been there for a very, very long time. And especially if you watch the show Gotham, the Gotham did a great job of capturing that role of Alfred actually being a father figure to young Bruce Wayne. Alright? Now, he doesn't get, I'm not giving him the 1 or 2 spot, even though some people say he should, just because in the comics, a lot of times Alfred's more passe, just, as long as I'm still doing my job as a butler type thing, I'll give you some advice along the way. Sometimes it's deeper, sometimes it's not. But like I said, as much as I love Batman, sometimes he was super pouty and he needed more someone to step up and be like, you need to stop, versus, hey, okay, Master Bruce type thing, But he definitely deserves to be on the top 5 regardless. Now, number 2, and I'm going to make this my number 2, even though it pains me, because in my heart, he's number 1, and that's Uncle Ben. Alright, Uncle Ben, Spider-Man, once again, not his biological father, but he stepped up, took the role, And he shaped Spider-Man's life so much that it's obvious. In all the renditions of the movies and all the renditions in the comics and stuff like that, you see that Peter Parker really is a good person and trying to do the best thing, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Famous line, all right? But I had to put him at number 2 instead of number 1 for one main reason only, and that is because technically his first appearance was also his death. You know, so we got a lot of flashbacks, and there were some other spin-offs and some other things that happened later on throughout the years. But I think if he would have been around longer in the comics without being dead, hands down be my number 1. Like I said, in my heart, he's still number 1. Alright, but just because of that fact alone, I had to put him at number 2. Now my number 1, and if you already got these top 5, you know what the next one is, and that's going to be Jonathan Kent. Okay? It's got to be Pa Kent. Alright? He instilled so many morals and life lessons in Clark Kent. Once again, not his biological father, but he took him under his wing. He raised him. What can you say? But anyway, I hear my dad's downstairs, so I got to get back to him. Hope you like the list. Comment. Let me know what you think. Bye.